Hi, Sully from Have Cheetah View, and we are back again uh, with a Salvation Army haul. It's been a couple weeks since last went down there. Um, the last time I went down there, they had a couple movies there, but I went during the weekend instead of during the week, and which I learned not to do. Don't go to the Salvation Army on the weekend. Go during the week. Um, so I went and instead of finding just two movies, I was fortunate enough to find a little bit more than that. So that was good. So um, nothing super spectacular. Just solid additions to the collection. Some you may know, some you may not. Um, I don't know. Some of these I have seen. Some of again I have not seen. But I picked them up anyway for 49 cents a piece. You can't go wrong. So here is my latest Salvation Army haul. Uh, I picked up Radio with Ed Harris and Cuba Gooding Jr. Saw this at the theater. I really liked it. I thought it was a really well acted movie. I thought Cuba Gooding Jr. really was outstanding as Radio, and of course Ed Harris. Again, two very fine actors. Different to see Ed Harris in a more of a restrained role. He's more quiet, um, and which I thought was really cool because he's such an intense person, both on and off camera. I mean, you could just see that in his face. He's very, very intense. But this is a good movie, and one that I would recommend. Two, Rockarola, directed by Guy Ritchie, with a ton of well-known faces in it. I have heard about this movie, but I have never watched it. It's one of the few Guy Ritchie movies I don't have, so seeing it there was great. So I picked it up, and it was a former Blockbuster movie too. It has a Blockbuster case on it, so yeah. Valmont, which was directed by Milos Forsman. I do remember when this came out; it got a lot of hype and a lot of ink, and supposed to be quite good. And I don't remember anything really more about it other than that it was Milos Forsman and that Michelle Pfeiffer was in it, doing some shenanigans. It looks like. So this is Valmont. Another movie I saw at the theater. This was Untraceable with Diane Lane and Colin Hanks. This was a tough movie for me to watch because, like my buddy Jason, Horrific Nightmares JM, um, I don't like seeing animals killed in movies, and this one features an animal being killed, and yeah, it's a little upsetting. But the movie itself is very exciting and very suspense driven, and I actually thought it was a lot of fun. It didn't get the hype like it shouldn't. Didn't get the reception like it should have, but um, but I thought it was interesting, and the premise has been done since then. I've noticed that the premise of a live webcam feed and people influence what's happening on the webcam. That plot device has been used many times since this movie came out. I'm not sure if it originated it, but it's the first time I've ever saw it, and that was with Untraceable. I got a snap case here from a Warner Brother one. This is whoever turned this in kept their collection in excellent shape. Um, this is practically brand new. The condition of this release is brand new, even though it's an older movie. I don't know anything about this other than it has Vin Diesel in it and Giovanni um, Ribisi, and then Nicky Cott. I remember seeing him from Spider Man. He played Flash Thompson, and of course the beautiful Nia Long. So this is Boiler Room. I found a Factory Sealed movie. That's Entertainment 3, which is a clips movie about the beginning of Hollywood and different musicals and clips from different musicals as the during the Hollywood's golden age era. Um, so there's different dances and musical numbers and whatnot, and they're highlighted here in this release. This was a good find. I really like this kind of movie, so um, I was glad to get this and Factory Sealed to boot. Nice. Okay. Uh, I might have already gotten this. I picked it up because I wasn't quite sure. Um, so I might have this as a double. So I'll be putting it into my double box. This is Lost in Translation with Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson. Her one of her very first roles, adult roles, and I guess Bill Murray doing a comedy drama, which is actually really good for him. Um, Bill Murray can actually do drama. He can do it very, very well. If you doubt that, I highly recommend Razor's Edge. The Razor's Edge, which was excellent. He's not always just a slapstick, happy-go-lucky Zombieland and Ghostbusters type of actor. He's a lot more than that, and I wish he had actually done a few more dramatic roles because he is very, very good at it. So this is Lost in Translation. Okay, I suspect this movie came from the same person who turned in the Boilerplate, the Boiler Room, Boilerplate, the Boiler Room movie. This is another Snapcase Warner Brothers release, and Angelina Jolie's probably her. This actually came out before Girl Interrupted, so this is like her very first movie as far as who she was or where she was going to go. I think it was Gia and then a Girl Interrupted. If I'm wrong, you guys can let me know in the comments, but I do believe Gia came out first, and it was a cable movie. They made it for cable first. Um, and this is a true story about Gia, a girl named Gia. I don't know her last name. They said she was like the first supermodel. Um, I don't know about that either, because I seem to remember seeing a lot of supermodels before Gia, but I could be wrong. Um, so again, this is a snapper case. It's in excellent condition. It's practically brand new. It looks brand new. It doesn't look like it's been handled very much at all. So okay, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, which is a powerful movie for Miramax. And it's a story that's relevant in today's world. This could be down in Texas, right? You know, this could have been down in Texas just as little as last year or the last 4 years. Um, this is where we're going as a country if we don't wake up and do something about it. This is a story about a um, Jewish boy and a German boy who become friends during World War II. And of course, the Jewish boy is at a concentration camp, uh, and his chances of surviving are probably slim to none. I've heard about this movie. I have never watched it, which is why I picked it up. Um, so I know it's very powerful. I think this played at the, I want to say this played at the Kingmer theaters too when it came out, but I just didn't see it. Okay, got another blockbuster movie here. This is Josh Hartnett, Wicker Park. I don't know anything about this other than I think it is a mystery. That's about it. It features Diane Kruger, who you might remember starred in Troy. And if you're an IFC fan, she also did a movie called Sky. And she's done a lot of other things as well. So Josh Hartnett, I have not seen him since I watched him in Oh Lucy, uh, which was a very good movie, which I'll provide a link down in the description box. Me and the Cheetah, we reviewed him. And of course, he was also great in Sin City. Okay. Uh, Ted Unrated with Mark Wahlberg and Seth MacFarlane. I got Ted 2. I don't believe I had Ted 1. So I believe I don't have this. But I picked it up anyway because I wasn't quite sure. And so yeah, it's supposed to be very, very funny. Of course, it did well enough for them to crank out a sequel right away. So Seth MacFarlane plays the voice of Ted, or the bear, I guess. I don't know if the bear's named Ted or what, but I've heard about it. I've heard about this movie. I just never watched it. Hey, Robin Williams in RV. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about RV. Some people say it's not that funny. Some people say only Robin Williams saves it. I have no idea. I know it's a comedy, and probably Robin Williams being a little bit frenetic in this. I do remember seeing scenes about this. He seems a little bit manic. So sometimes that works for Robin Williams. Sometimes not. It's weirdly weird when I think about Robin Williams now. When I think about him now, I don't think comedies anymore with him. I always think of all the dramatic work he's done. Good Will Hunting, The World According to Garp, Insomnia, Awakenings, movies like that. That's what I think about Robin Williams now. I rarely think about him doing comedies, and so. And last but not least, I got another movie called Rabbit Proof Fence, and the this is about the this is set in Australia about the Aborigines were basically set to the side. Um, it's one of Australia's most shameful periods. But when you think about Australian shameful periods, sadly there's a lot. Um, Between the way they treated the Aborigines and the native people, to the fact of the matter that the British used Australia as a penal colony and shipped thousands of innocent Irish people down there to a very hospitable land, uh, with no chance at all ever getting back home. Many were political prisoners that had there was no trials, no justice. They were just put on ships and torn from their families, um, and put in prisons, penal colonies for no reason. Um, so, of course, we talk about St. Patrick's Day this week, and here I am talking about this. This is not a story that's well talked about over here anymore. I don't even know if they talk about it over in England or Ireland, but I read about the troubles in Australia and why it was founded. So I'm looking forward to seeing this movie quite a bit. I have heard about it. I know a little bit of its backstory. Um, yep. Yeah, sorry I'm not so perky today. I'm sort of irritated, quite honestly. But I'll see if I can address that in another video. All right. Well, if you liked what you saw of the Salvation Army Hall, um, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe, hit the bell, and I will bring you some more of these movies from different halls. And so until me and the Cheetah see you soon, thanks for watching, and